Alrighty, what do we got today? Alchemy and guilds. Very helpful card names for purposes of determining the expansions. Kind of an odd looking kingdom though. So there's no village at all. So you're playing one terminal action per turn. That does not necessarily mean we can't build an engine here, because there is also terminal draw with Alchemist and to a lesser degree Apothecary. So you draw your deck and then play one action card, probably a Butcher or a Merchant Guild in that scenario. And that's a thing. What else is going on here? Trashing, Butcher, Stonemason, Infirmary. Once again, all terminal. So probably you really want to use the Infirmary overpay to get thin, because it allows you to trash without spending terminal space on it, because you can just do it as a on-buy effect. Plus buy, Herbalist and Merchant Guild, Butcher as gains. Once again, all terminal. So the lack of actions is also constraining the amount of buys and trashing we can do here. I still think it's like Alchemist and a Butcher seems all right, but not obvious. Familiar? Is that any good here? So curses aren't that easy to deal with. Again, you can't trash them easily during your turn. You have to get a big Infirmary overpay in, but that might be sufficient response to deal with Familiar. There's also Footpad, actually. This is important to note. In games using this, when you gain a card in an action phase, plus one card. So Footpad means when you play a Familiar, you draw your opponent a card, which is a pretty big drawback. You can kind of nerf that by playing Familiar followed by Footpad to discard it again, but that doesn't seem all that easy here. I don't think, like, what was it, yesterday was the Council Room Militia Kingdom. Was that 2 days ago? That's 2 days ago. Where the draw them and then undraw them was the main thing to do. But here, like, if you're going for early Familiars, I don't know that you're lining up with Footpad very easily. And then Footpad also doesn't look like the best terminal to be playing here. You can only play one, and I'd probably rather it be Butcher or Merchant Guild. So I don't think the Footpad kind of it doesn't do enough to undo the drawback of Familiar. So I'm not sure if Familiar is worth it. The curses seem to hurt non-negligibly, but drawing the card's a big deal. What else? Could you play big money here? What would that look like? The bot, I think, often likes Merchant Guild big money. I could see that being a thing. Coffers are really good for big money purposes. I don't know, you can maybe play like Merchant Guilds and Apothecaries. Not a cheap total deck control, but with a few Apothecaries you feel pretty happy about buying coppers for extra coffers. I don't know. Merchant Guild maybe has some Stonemason synergy. You do Stonemason double fives and you get 3 coffers back. Doesn't seem amazing. I don't know. There's also Butcher money. Butcher's a pretty good big money card. I can see that too. Just like Infirmary, get thin, play a Butcher, add just like 1 or 2 treasures and go to town. That sounds decent. I don't. Both of those sound like things worth considering, but neither I think sounds better than trying to draw with Alchemist, I think, for the most part. I think I want a potion. And also, I don't think I've mentioned this, but like Stonemason also synergizes with the potion cost cards, because you could pay 5 and gain 2 Alchemists, or gain 4 and gain 2 Apothecaries. And so it's an easy way to kind of circumvent the potion restriction and get potion cards faster. It comes at a cost. You're putting a Stonemason in your deck, which is not a card you necessarily want very much, but it's usually worth doing. How to open here? Goodness, I don't know. So I mean, it could just be like silver potion, aiming for, you can hit a big number with the potion early on, you can get 2 of the good cards and be happy. Could be double silver, aiming to hit a big number and buy an Infirmary on the second shuffle. I mean, you could open with Infirmary. Generally, you want it for the overpay for the most part. On 4-3, turn 1 Infirmary is usually pretty good. It's a lot worse turn 2. And unfortunately I had the 3-4. Still, I mean, that'd be okay-ish. Silver Infirmary, you're probably hitting 4 turn 3, and you buy a potion and you go from there. That sounds fine. So silver Infirmary, silver potion, double silver into delayed Infirmary. I don't know. I'm gonna say Let me make sure I'm recalling this correctly. So you buy a silver, then your discard is going to be 3 coppers, 2 estates of silver. Next turn, you buy an infirmary, you draw 1 card into your discard, and you trash an estate from hand. So most likely, with 50% odds, yeah, your turn 3 hand would be potion, copper, not potion, silver, copper, estate, and you could buy a potion. If you get really lucky, you draw an estate off the top, and you'd hit 5. If you get unlucky, you draw the silver off of the infirmary, and you hit 3. That sounds fine, I think. If I want a potion anyway, that's a natural time to get it. And then I can get rid of these estates early. Alright, we got the most likely line. Take a potion. What's the bot doing? Infirmary. So the bot had the 4-3, looks like. Or, wow, it's already trashed 4 core. Maybe it had the 5-2. Oh, unfortunately, the log doesn't work. Forever to my chagrin. We'll never know what the bot did on turn 1. Stonemason and 2 apothecaries sounds better than 1 alchemist, I think. Oh god. I think this means I'm currently not overpaying a potion and I should click this? Or do I click this if I want to not overpay a potion? I think this is how I do it. Okay, good. Alright, I got 5. The bottom card. Is that my last estate? This could be Merchant Guild, could be Butcher, could be a second infirmary. Buy infirmary here, trash what I believe to be my final estate, and then probably a copper. Then I have I've turned an estate into an infirmary, which is not a big improvement, but it means when I butchered, I'd make more money back. That doesn't sound amazing to me. So would I rather Butcher or Merchant Guild? Probably Merchant Guild, I think. Sounds a little bit better. I've killed most of the estates already. The copper, Butcher's not great at that. The Merchant Guild generates some coffers, and then I can bank those up into an infirmary overpay. Merchant Guild is nice if I'm doing the Stonemason for double alchemist thing. I think it's Merchant Guild. Not totally sure. In general, I would say Butcher is a stronger card, which is part of what makes me second guess it. Ooh, this is a tad awkward. My Apothecary is on top, and I want to play the Infirmary and trash an estate. Do I want to do that badly to draw an Apothecary dead? Well, the trouble is, I think any line is going to draw... Like, I could trash a copper with the Stonemason, and then I would hit 5, and I wouldn't draw... If I trashed the estate with the Stonemason and gained 2 coppers, I would draw the Apothecary and another card. What are the bottom 5 if I do draw the Apothecary? Potion, 3 coppers, and Merchant Guild. So I would have a hand of 3 coppers, potion, Merchant Guild. Could probably do Stonemason, double Apothecary. I think that sounds fine. I really want to kill this estate. Didn't really want to draw that, but gotta live with that. So what am I buying on 6? Could overpay Infirmary, kill the Stonemason, hopefully a copper or 2. Kind of sort of might fix this shuffle. The bottom 5 aren't so bad, really. Yeah, I don't think Infirmary is worth it, because you're replacing a Stonemason with an Infirmary, which is not much of an improvement. I think if I could overpay for Infirmary and kill like 2 or more Stonemason / Infirmary type cards, that'd be fine. I might be able to kill a copper here, but copper is less bad given that I'm about to have 4 Apothecaries. I don't think I need another terminal right now. I've got the Merchant Guild. If I don't find the Merchant Guild, my backup play would probably be the Apothecary. Sorry, the Infirmary that I've already got. So I don't need like a second one to make sure I find it, I don't think. My god, could it? I might actually do it. I mean, for lack of a better option, I'm going to buy gold here. Look at all them coffers. Okay, I probably want to draw that. And I'm gonna say this province. That was a sad apothecary. Oops, did I put those in the wrong order? Okay, here we go. This order most likely doesn't matter because it's going to be my next hand, but in the off chance I end up buying an infirmary, which I might, I'd rather the cards be in that order. So like a $5 infirmary overpay would let me trash Stonemason Infirmary and just gain an infirmary. So I'd be paying $5, and the upside of that would be I get one coffer back, so effectively I paid $4. I replaced 2 junk cards with 1 junk card, and I got 2 junk cards off the top of my deck. All that sounds all right. I got up to 9 money to work with. So like I could do that and just buy an alchemist. I could do that and do Stonemason double apothecary again. I definitely like. I've convinced myself that this is a good play. I like not having junk on top of the deck. And now I think single apothecary, single alchemist, double apothecary. I want to say alchemist, I think. I like the idea of having a draw card that I top deck for added reliability. So the bot appears to be playing Butcher of Money with 4 butchers. That's a lot of butchers. But it does have 2 provinces already. No, it doesn't. It has 1 province. I have a province. My god, how do I have a province? This kingdom is just, it's messing with my mind. I bought a gold. I have a province in my deck somehow. We're in strange times. I think just another one of these. Could be another 2 of these. I still don't hate the idea of a second potion. Especially if I have alchemists. Just more reliably top decks thing. So this could be like potion double alchemist. Or it could be like province and 1 alchemist, province and an apothecary. I don't think my ambition should be that grand. Like this just seems like a kingdom where there's not enough either ability or payoff to getting just total deck control, because you're so concerned how much your deck does. Like it buys 2 things. That's what the deck does. You play a Merchant Guild, you buy 2 things instead of 1 thing. That's the upside of having deck control. And like I'm kind of doing that already, not with full reliability. But I think I shouldn't be that antsy. Three apothecaries on top, okay. Province on top. Probably want to draw both of these. I would think. Like if I concluded I didn't need the gold, I could do it like that and leave the alchemist on top for the following. No, there's just 0 downside of doing it this way because alchemist top decks itself. I don't know how I was even belaboring the point there. This is just clearly the best order. And another province. And I think just another alchemist. Top decks and alchemists. Four butchers is a lot of butchers. I mean, I get that the bot isn't buying draw cards, So like 2 to 3 butchers is obviously good. 4 is a lot. Did it trash one? Okay, there's one in the trash. So it does have 3 butchers. Merchant Guild, hello. I've got 1 copper down there. I think I'd rather just draw the Merchant Guild directly. There is a good chance I draw the copper. And even if I don't, I'd rather have an apothecary guaranteed on top. So I didn't manage to do that. Let's do it in this order just in case I want to overpay. Probably I don't at this stage, but you never know. There is no earthly way the bot does double province here. Even if it did, I think I'd be fine. I think I'm just going to click another alchemist. I mean, I could just buy another province, for that matter. I got the money for. Yeah, why not? Love to find my merchant guild. There it is. Is this enough? Just barely. Okay. This did better than I thought it would, to be honest. Just like a merchant guild, some mix of apothecary and alchemists, infirmary or 2. I think I like this deck more than I did when I chose to do it. I don't know about the exact details. That might depend a bit on the shuffles. But this seemed good. The bot did it at some point get a merchant guild. I guess I missed that. It seemed like he was playing with a bunch of terminals. I mean, Butcher is a good big money card, and Footpad does buff it here. So Butcher Money doesn't seem terrible. But I'm going to say you probably got to play with the potion cards. Especially with Stonemason around, I think there's just enough there to make him worth it. Probably. I think if you were going to play Butcher, I would have expected it to involve thinning it a bit more aggressively with Infirmary, but it still has 5 coppers and 2 estates left. Yeah, I don't think I believe in this so much. I could believe in Butcher being the terminal. That might be better than Merchant Guild in certain circumstances. Like with a different opening shuffle, there might be a case for like if you get really trashed early with better Infirmary overpays, then there's less benefit to Apothecary. You just take a Butcher and an Alchemist or 2, and then you go straight for the provinces. That could be a thing. I'm not sure. I think it depends a little bit on shuffles. The bot did have the 4-3. So it didn't have the phenomenal draw is 5-2. 5-2 is great with Infirmary because you have to trash 2 estates most likely. And you trigger a nice shuffle, you get rid of your bad hand turn 2. 5-2 would be lovely. But the bot only has the 4-3, which is still better than 3-4, but not OP. Second Infirmary just to trash a copper seems a little bit weird to me. I guess if it plans to go into Butchers, these are just juicier targets maybe. Then just buy a bunch of Butchers and a Merchant Guild. Yeah, I don't think I believe in this deck.